3, 2, 1.
The lovely, majestic red peacock in his natural habitat. Notice as he shies away from the wild Pete. Look at the sheen of Pete's coat, obtained from the drink of hops and the eating of wild weeds. This song and dance, prescribed every Tuesday and Thursday. Nature, a wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Oh, John.
Yeah. Still tempting.
This guy.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I just yeah. All right, bud. Time to put your buttons away.
Yeah,
your camera on.
apparently it is.
Everything was fine. Now you decided to change the slideshows, you changed the world, you changed the graphics. Folks, we are the Two-Sided Podcast. We're here every Tuesday, Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. But right now, this is our last Thursday show. Next week, starting next week, it's season 2 of the Two-Sided Pod. For all you YouTube watchers out there, we're going to be going live on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich sandwich time if you're across the pond. So make note, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your parole officer, we'll be here.
Be careful.
Just be.
I find the funniest thing about Halloween and like trick or treating and shit. I grew up with Jehovah's Witness family, so it means that like, oh yeah, to say like Happy Halloween and celebrate it and shit. It's like you're twisting my melon.
Next thing you know, they're going to be wanting me to celebrate a birthday or something. This is horse shit. I'm with you. All right, John, how you doing? You ready? All right.
Yeah. Let's do a shot.
I always feel
we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Weird.
I always feel like John is like checking his like banking statement or like making reservations on a plane. Like when he starts doing other shit, I don't feel like he's doing something for this show. I feel like he's just like, huh? What?
You don't know me.
No, I fucking know you, bro. That is the world we live in. Cheers, you simple son of a bitch. Pink, pink, pink.
Cheers. Cheers, everybody. Welcome for listening. Well, howdy. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete in Southern California.
And you're listening to Two-Sided, a live recorded podcast where each week I challenge Pete with a bit of the two sides of life, the serious and the fun.
Yeah, John, the you and the me, the no and the yes, the bullshit and the fun, the push and the pull, the ebb and the flow, the Laurel, the Hardy, the Abbott, the Costello, the Cagney, the Lacey, the Fred, the Wilma, John, the yin, the yang, twins, the yin yang twins.
Yeah.
Really great. All the samples they did with Little John, fucking amazing. It's like that, John.
Well, just like that, for our final live recorded Thursday Two-Sided show, as we will now be moving it to Tuesdays. My boy Pete, one last time, how you feeling for one last Thursday? How you feeling on one last Thursday?
Reflective, John. I'm looking back at all the things we have accomplished for the last 2 years on a Thursday. Like a proud parent seeing his young slowly grow, get brave enough to push to the edge of the nest, plummet to the ground thousands of feet below, die a horrible, agonizing death, and think about moving to a smaller tree on Tuesdays. Reflective, John. I feel reflective.
You seem reflective and more concise than I think I've ever heard you on a check-in, even when I asked for just one word.
Well, the whole thing, I'm doing this whole conservation of words, where if I use too many, it'll drain my aura, and I have to get mana to get aura, and I have to get hearts to get lives, and if those drain by using too many words, no, wait. That was a night terror I had after playing too many video games. Nope, I'm going to talk a lot now, John. Thanks, bud. You fucking pulled me through it. Woo! Let's go. Let's get it.
Speaking of draining your mana, your heart, and your soul, let's go straight into our first lightning round.
Get down. Come on. Yeah. Oh, what's up, John? What's up, my boy Pete? How y'all doing?
Woo! I'm doing great, and you looking great, lightning round guy. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing fine, too, man. My last Thursday, I get 1 day off more a week. It's going to be amazing. I have a bunch of activities planned, crafts, hobbies, rekindle old friendships. It's going to be amazing.
You know, we only use you on the actual show, so your day is just moving from Thursday to Tuesday. You still don't get that full day off.
Oh,
You
well,
okay?
fuck. All right, well, I guess I'm not as happy. I'm going to go back and think about all the friendships I can't rekindle. Fuck them, didn't need them anyway. You guys have a good show, and I'm going to keep on working on it. Bye!
I triggered him, didn't I? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I triggered him.
You always shit on people's parades, John. You're a wet fucking ginger blanket. Oh, you look at John L. Peacock and you just smell wet dog, don't you? Just look at him. It's like a fucking woolen scarf that's been left out in the rain. Look at that fucker. Swampy.
Well, anyone who's anyone knows that the first lightning round of the episode is always a standard Q&A. My boy Pete, are you ready for the questions?
I think I am, John. I think I am.
Fantastic. First question, my boy Pete. What is the nature of gravity?
Nature is that it's unnatural. That's the nature of gravity. It's got what plants crave. I know that. It's proof in sunflowers because they're always following the sun. Gravitational pull. Ebb and the flow, baby. Towns of fish, people in a barrel. Fish in a barrel.
My second question, my boy Pete. How long does a minute take while traveling at the speed of light?
Well, John, that's a very interesting question. Some say that it takes 60 seconds. Some others say it's the square root of 1 minute times infinity. I say these are both good concepts, John, but if you really want to get to the root of the matter, I think we need to go back to the old standby and think empirical thoughts. What did Uncle Ben do? He found a way to cook rice correctly in 1 minute. So what you do, you get a bag of rice, throw it in water, travel the speed of light, and whenever the rice is done, that's how long a minute was. Final answer.
My boy Pete, you obviously have been listening to the past two episodes. Let's continue on to the last two questions. My boy Pete, who would win in a vacuum race straight down between a feather and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
John, I think we're tiptoeing around the real question. Let's address the elephant in the room. Who would win in a fight, Superman or Mighty Mouse? That's That's what the fans want to know. But that is something they're going to have to stick around for next week. So I'm only going to answer the Arnold Schwarzenegger question. I'm going to go ahead and say the feather because you can't fit Arnold into a vacuum. Like even a big Dyson, he's a big dude, very broad. It's hard to get an Austrian in the bag.
Nobody puts Arnold in the vacuum.
Do it. Don't put me in the bag. Don't do it now. Don't. I.
Final question, my boy Pete. Who would win in a gravity fight between 10 Jupiters and the sun?
Sun and 10 Jupiters. It would be, people want to say Jupiter because they had a song about drops of Jupiter, but I would say, ha, 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 walking on the sun. There's nothing like a good smash mouth to win the gravity contest.
That's right. It is Smash Mouth. That was a trick question, and you saw right through it.
See? I knew it, man. Every morning, John's asked me questions about the gravity and things that I don't listen now. Turns out I was drinking, and I just don't give a fuck about it any other way or how. Shut your mouth now, John. Don't say a word.
Fantastic. All right. I mean, we're chugging right along. We're fitting ourselves into some new format, so I think we should just jump right into our first segment. What do you say?
I'm ready, John. It's time to learn. I put on my learning hat. I got my walking shoes on. Time to walk through my memory banks and come up with stupid jokes that I barely remember. And I'm ready, my friend. Let's do it.
Are you ready with that shot?
You ask questions and I give answers. The answer is yes. The answer is yes, my friend. And here's to you for doing another stellar job on another stellar Thursday evening. Thanks to everyone out there in the audience for tuning in. Cheers, everybody. You can click that link and look at us on YouTube if you want. I dare you. Pink, pink, pink.
As everyone knows, our YouTube channel handle is at 2sidedpod, TWO, sided pod, all one word. Oh. All right. Usually don't do this, but my boy Pete, do you have any idea? Do you want to take a stab at what might be today's series topic?
Like a fucking bad episode of Groundhog's Day. What it is. I feel like I'm Bill Murray. I'm not saying I'm the god, John. I'm just saying I'm a god. Because I'm pretty fucking sure it's about gravity. And if I was going to go on a limb, I would have to say it's part 3 of John's compelling saga of gravity. What is it? Why does it hurt when I fall?
Well, you'll find out if you're right after this popping of the packet.
Did you say it was time to learn? Okay. Right. Wake me up when the party starts. My man Pete and John L. Peacock, I thought you guys weren't doing Thursdays. I'm glad you're here. I really am.
Mona, how you doing? This is our final. This is the antithesis. This is the end all be all. This is the Omega show. We are at the Z of everything.
It's the death before the birth.
Right. And like a phoenix, I will rise from the ashes. Liquor in one hand and a goddamn fist of rage in the other. How are you going to hold a fist of rage in another hand? It's not my fist. Okay, fair enough. Let's just leave it at that. I can get arms. I can get fucking arms, bro. Oh, you act like this is the first time I found a fucking fist? Whatever. Give me 10 minutes. I'll get you a foot.
Yeah, my boy Pete. You're correct. We're going to do Gravity Part 3.
There we go. Why does it hurt so bad to be so right? All right, kids. Guess what we're going to have for dinner tonight? Oh no, cold gruel, not cold gruel. Yay! Warm gruel. Oh shit.
Well, it's been rewarned. Stop me if you heard this, but the myth goes like this.
Liquor before beer, never fear. Ginger drinking liquor makes you even sicker.
A young British physicist became obsessed with the finer mathematical details of Einstein's general theory of relativity, and with the counterpart to that math realized by Carl Schwarzschild the same year as Einstein's publication, which resulted in the black hole solution.
Black hole solution. I could go for one of those. Give me a black hole solution right now. I'd take any way out. Oy.
The solution to the largest extremes of Einstein's mathematics predicted essentially punctured points throughout the universe, points where the density of extreme mass became so thick that it folded within itself to create a singularity, creating a gravitational distortion within spacetime that even light cannot escape it. This young British physicist was so obsessed he asked himself a seemingly simple question. What if?
The girls like me because you're talking about fucking light being trapped in a black hole. What if? That's why, bro.
What if these points of punctured spacetime, what if these black holes did exist in reality within our physical universe?
Well, I mean, okay, let me go. Let me just entertain that what if. Okay, let's say they did. All right, they do. Fucking still going to work. Gonna do my thing. Gonna go and gotta make dinner. So yeah, you're ruining your life by trying to prove a point that means you're never gonna get laid. Grueling.
Well, after all, Einstein's math connected to his general theory of relativity had been proven time and time again. And at this point, it was known as one of the most proven and important scientific theories to date.
Okay. All right.
So,
But I'm with you, but it's to date, so we don't have a lot of big concepts yet. There's not even fucking TikTok out there yet. Everything changed with TikTok.
True. It did have some speculation as to its holding up under extremely small circumstances, especially when it came to quantum physics. But when things go bigger, it dominates all other thoughts of gravity, speed, space, time, and especially the speed of light.
Woo-ha! Everything's bigger in Texas, even our gravity fields. Woo-hoo!
Well, if black holes are out there, we should be able to eventually detect them, which would help us grow leaps and bounds in our understanding of the universe all around us. This is what he thought.
What? If we can detect them, it'll make me learn more. No, it won't. No, it will. That's what I think. Man, ugh. It's just going to fulfill your own self-gratification and make you more pompous and like, I'm going to think out other things about why if. And you're going to be a real fucking downer at cocktail parties. That's what I'm saying if black holes exist. That is the outcome in our world. You get satisfaction on this.
Well, speaking of satisfaction, the answer that Stephen Hawking eventually came up with through empirical testing and scientific theorizing was much more complicated than anyone had ever dreamed before. Most, till this point, merely said, sure, why not, as my boy Pete pointed out. Or, haven't we already seen black holes in them science fiction shows, or some variation thereof?
Just keep going. I'm going to shut up there. Keep going. Keep going. Go. Quick.
Hawking came up with something vastly different. Though he would have to spend the rest of his life dedicated to his unending pursuit of an endless question. And throughout the years, he would make mistakes. But in 1970, Hawking published an essay entitled "Black Holes," which would earn him several scientific accolades, but which would have the first publication of one of those major flaws. He was wrong slightly.
Well, there you go. Being wrong slightly. Story of my life. I was wrong once, John. That was when I thought I was wrong. It'll never happen again.
My English teacher said that once. I thought I was wrong once. Turns out I was just mistaken. All right. So he was called out by a young budding physicist from Mexico, and in 1972 he corrected his mistakes by posturing something unimaginable, which would eventually be known as Hawking's radiation, and it meant eventually the end of everything in existence forever.
Cool.
I
Poster this crazy fucking thing, and it's gonna kill everyone. Wow, man, you got issues. You got issues to work out.
Okay. We'll get back to Hawking's radiation in a bit, but first let's talk black holes 101.
Oh, I thought we'd never. I thought we were going too advanced. We're leaving some people in the dust on our black hole talk, John. We were just zooming by. We got to slow the bus down and get people on the black hole train. Whoa, it's a convoy rolling down the black hole train. Everybody all aboard. Black holes. John is driving this black hole train. Come on, everybody. Woo, woo. Black hole convoy. Yes, indeed.
That's actually my train of thought. I was like, it's hurting. No, and I love this stuff. I gotta dial it back. Gotta dial it back. Don't go to that yet.
No, but you're still an idiot. This is why self-awareness is just, it's such a missing trait in you. You're like, I am thinking that this is really too advanced. I need to really get to ground level on this before I go back to the stupid fucked up stuff no one wants to hear. Why would you do that? If you already had the thought that people don't know and don't want. John, I'm with you. Let's learn. School is fun.
Okay, the short recap version. Newton said that gravity was a force in 1600s. Einstein in 1905 and then 1915 published special theory and then general theory of relativity. Said it's not a force, it's a distortion of space-time. Space-time is one thing. Space and time are not two different things. It's one thing. Good. All right, we're caught up. Great. Two pathways towards the creation of a black hole.
One is the road of righteousness, and the other is the path of inequity. And that path, motherfuckers, is what we're on the Two-Sided Thursday podcast show. Folks, we may not be smart men, but we don't know how to read a room because we're going to talk paths now. John, get your cobbling gear out. Get our walking shoes on for no reason. Take us down the path. Primrose as it may be or not. Let's go.
All right. First path to the birth of a black hole is the death. Hey, death before birth, like I said before. Anyway, death of a major star. Massive star, at least 8 times the size of our sun. So big to much bigger. It dies, it goes supernova, blows up, crunches down into a singularity, causing all its density to then form into a black hole.
Your mom's so fat that when she died, she became a singularity and caused a black hole. Big ass star looking woman.
Of course. Moving past that one. Of course, the death is after it exhausts all of its fuel, which is hydrogen. Everyone knows that. So
your mom's very gassy too, John. Everything.
A singularity can also form from the direct collapse of gas, which usually has that gas forming into a star, but with enough, it can skip the whole star part and become a particularly large black hole. So this is where really, really big black holes come from.
It's crazy. It's when God hits the golden buzzer and they go straight to the fucking Hollywood round. They're like, you don't even have to go through all that bullshit. You're going to give them a huge star or something, or I don't know. Golden buzzer. That was the fucking bit. I should have left it there.
All right, that's the two ways to birth a black hole. There are essentially four types of black holes. First one, stellar black hole. These are what's left behind when the big old star goes supernova, and they can range from a few to a few hundred times the mass of our sun. Second one.
I said, okay.
These are most common. Super massive black holes. Some believe are the result of those huge gas
the
clouds.
size of that fucking super massive black hole. You're looking through the telescope the wrong way.
So they can range from hundreds of thousands to billions of times the mass of our sun. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, has a supermassive at its center. It's called Sagittarius A star, and it's not the word star, it is a star after it, or SGR A star, which is pronounced Sag star. So Sag star is the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way, our galaxy. Isn't that fun? Isn't that all fun?
No. Yeah, I know. I don't know if fun is the word, John. Frustrating. It's like you're on a road trip. It's a car full of children, and they just keep on talking. Wasn't that fun? You keep singing and keep talking. Ah! I will crash this goddamn car. I will drive us off a cliff if you keep talking about super fun black stars. Staggy star.
Next one, intermediate black holes, in between 1 to 100,000 times the sun's mass. They think it's because the stellars eventually collide and combine throughout the cosmic time. Finally,
What happened?
the theoretical primordial black hole is believed to be created in the first second after the birth of the universe.
Time out, John. Shut the fuck up and give yourself a second. We're going to talk about the theoretical black hole. It is thought.
Yeah.
So it's theorized, it's thinking. So no, here's definitely the biggest type. Are you sure? Oh yeah. It's a number. It's called a bazillion Googles. It's a gazoogle billions. It's the biggest number out there. We theorize it's huge, and it will probably end the world because it's too many numbers. So we're pretty smart. Tell us what we don't know, John, that no one has seen that we're thinking, John. I fucking have dreams too. I call them night terrors. I got a lot of shit that possibly could happen too that sounds fucking ridiculous. Do I just go spouting it off all the time? Mainly only on the show. But that's beside the point, John. I'm not taking it to the masses, trying to fucking give fucking TED Talks on this shit. TED Talks on this shit. That's a good idea. I'll write that down. Okay. I digress. Go, get through it. Tell me about what we think the things are that aren't here that might not.
Well, according to
are they brought by storks? Was there a turtle that swam in the ocean and then a landmass developed on it, and that's how the world became? John, tell me about. Was it a unicorn that accidentally pooped because it farted and expelled the gas, and that was a supernova? John, tell me in scientific matter, with empirical knowledge, John. I want to know. I'm all ears.
It's theoretical because we haven't observed it yet, but the math is all there, where the other versions we have observed. So the math is there for all of them. We've gotten 3 out of 4. This is the hardest one because some of them are micro black holes that they can range from as small as 100,000 times less than the mass of a paperclip to 100,000 times more than the mass of our sun. The small ones all dissipated, so they're gone. But the big ones are still lurking out there across the universe.
100%. Just like that's why the fairies are gone. They're so small you can't see them. But Loch Ness Monster is still out there. So it's just lurking in the deep. So we got to go once a year. And we have the math to prove it. Man gives birth to baby. That's a fact. Nessie could be a whale penis. That's a fact too. Look it up. John, I just don't know. It's something either really, really small or really, really big. The really, really small ones, they're gone. They're like, they don't exist anymore, so we can't find them. So we're never going to find them. The big ones we haven't found, but they maybe probably do. But the math is there, but we don't know because they're super good at hiding. You mean the biggest things out there? Yeah, super good at hiding. Infinitely larger than anything we have any ability to comprehend at this time in our lives, according to the numbers that we are theorizing. Is that true? Yes. Fucking huge. And we can't find it. Am I hearing that right? Did you look under the couch cushions? Did you check behind that tree? Because it's fucking huge, John. It's all tomfoolery shenanigans. I don't believe it for a second.
Here's the best part. They stopped forming after that 1 second after the birth of the universe because the conditions for them to form en masse like that stopped after 1 second.
Oh, John, when you were turning around making that drink, I did the coolest fucking thing, but it'll never happen again. But it was awesome, and it can never be documented, and it'll never happen again. But it's possible that it's lurking somewhere in the recesses of one's imagination. In that little special place where the tooth fairy exists in your giant black holes, John. When you were a child, you played with childish things. Now you're a man. It's time to give away your childish things to other men for large amounts of money. It's called Comic-Con, and it'll put your stupid, stupid children through college.
Hey, you make fun, but this is the exact one that terrified people when we started the super accelerators to smash atoms because of the that we're creating a condition close to the birth of the universe on a small scale, and they thought other micro black holes could form and just swallow the Earth.
So what you're telling me is that all Marvel movies are based on real life events. that truly
The math
the
is
Flash, the math is there. I haven't seen it up close, but the math is there. Holy shit, folks. What a world we live in. I'm gonna definitely gonna be doing a shot to that because that was a little bit astounding. No wonder it caused so much panic among the masses, John. I could barely stand to drink at this point. That's how upset I am.
because obviously we can't get into the depths of it. We're gonna have to do broad strokes. So let's start with the fun parts of black holes.
I'm gonna keep drinking until they start sounding fun.
Cheers.
Bing, bing.
Cheers, everybody. The singularity. Pete, if there's any one of these that you actually like have some knowledge, you want to throw it out, we can move it right along. You know about the singularity?
How come we can only move it along if I give the definition of it? Because I'm going to sum it up better than you. I'm going to yell about it, and we're going to get through it, and you'll correct me, and we'll move on.
Yeah.
John, that's no way to live because you can't censor yourself. You can't. I have to read every page. If I don't, we're at a horrible disadvantage. John, hum a few bars of singularity. I'm pretty sure I know this one. I'm going to jump in on the chorus.
This is actually the shortest definition, so I'm going to give this one. All right. Singularity is the point at the center of any black hole where all is trapped within finds itself squished into a single point that is essentially no longer within space-time, having no where or when.
Okay. God damn it, John. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to say it. No, I shouldn't. It's just I feel you set me up for these things. That's the real definition. That's the scientific definition, the easiest scientific definition.
That's the lay terms definition.
Lay terms definition.
Yeah.
It's like someone who's trying to class up a description of doing anal. Read it through again. With that in mind, read that through again.
The point at the center of any black hole, where all is trapped within, finds itself squished into a single point that is essentially no longer within spacetime, having no where or when.
Yep. Made a lot more sense. Yeah, no, there's no where or when. And they didn't have drugs back then. They weren't like on mind expanding, mind altering substances. So how did they come up with this bullshit?
Math. Okay, so this is not quite in order, but I'm going to jump to this one, which is the gravitation disruption of spacetime. Remember, space and times are one thing. It's spacetime, right? Einstein.
Oh, yeah.
So this is,
Space
if we
time,
think,
baby.
we talked about this last week. If we think of the trampoline analogy from our last episode, a black hole, so, we're on it, we make a little dent. Bowling ball's on it, it's going to roll towards us because we make more of a dent. But if a marble rolls towards the bowling ball, it's going to go towards that. But both will go towards us, bigger dent, right? That's the whole thing. So a black hole is so dense in its mass that it pulls the tramp surface to some point that is a little singularity that all folds down into a never-ending disruption that scientists have described as a puncture in spacetime.
Yeah, it seems logical. Seems legit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Fucking, I know people on my street who can't parallel park, but oh yeah, we definitely have the math to figure out space-time continuums and fucking infinite points and bullshit like this. But yeah, no, I don't believe it. I've seen humanity, John. I don't believe in the shit that you're talking about. No.
Average person, Einstein, Hawkins. Anyway, okay. Well, some religious folks have said a stupid analogy that black holes is where God divided by zero. So anyone with a calculator on their phones can punch that in, divide anything by zero, which will equal, quote, error. That's how they tried to understand it. Scientists putting religion into it. God divided by zero. Oh, big mistake. Oh, made a little puncture. Uh-oh. Yeah, you didn't like that?
No, I didn't like that at all. It was like when no, it wasn't like that at all. Nope, not like that at all. Nope, I have no analogies. Just going downhill, infinitely crushed amongst myself, where there is no when, there is no why. I am God divided by zero.
Next to the Event Horizon.
I would definitely go and see that band on like a side stage at a festival. Fucking God divided by zero is playing at fucking 3:00 over in the fucking Stoner's Garden. Bro, we should fucking take those peyote and just fucking get out there, bro. Infinite.
We'll find our singularity, man. We'll find it.
Error. Nice.
That was their first single. Right. Okay. So the Event Horizon is the point of no return for all things concerning the black hole, right? Since the escape velocity, which is how fast something needs to go to escape the gravity of any particular thing, we need to figure that out to get rockets out of our Earth, right?
I need to figure that out to get out of my bad relationship.
Yeah, escape velocity, right. How fast do you need to go?
Yeah, I got to get a running start.
For black holes, it's faster than the speed of light. And Einstein said there's nothing faster than the speed of light, so nothing, not even light, can escape this event horizon. Once you're past it, there's no coming back.
Great movie.
Not really about black holes, but great movie.
No, that really was. Everything you just said was exactly that. Once you get past it, there's no coming back. It's the event horizon. You're there, baby.
Yeah. That's why that analogy is turned into such a popular. Everyone talks about the event horizon. The point of no return. Yeah. So steeped in blood.
Yeah, but I like the term event horizon more because I feel like there's going to be a show at the end. They'll be like, oh, there's going to be like booths and like food trucks. It's a whole event. Where? Just over the horizon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you think we're gonna make it back? No, definitely not. We're not coming back. Okay.
So the greater the mass of any black hole means the larger event horizon, or the larger point of nothingness represented by the lack of light, and seen by us as utter black darkness.
It's seen by us as utter black darkness.
Yeah.
It doesn't identify as utter black darkness. It can be whatever it wants.
I mean, yeah, it is
But
unique unto itself.
Right, but we see it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's our problem. Maybe that's our problem, and we need to change our way of thinking.
Yeah,
I have the math to prove that, John.
Because our observations are all light-based, that's all we can see. But if our observations weren't light-based, it'd be something else, I'm sure.
Once again, another example. Buck things up based on the hue.
Time distortion is the next thing. So,
dude, I time distort all the time. Or I call it time traveling. Oh, I'm in the bar. Oh, I'm in my kitchen. Oh, I'm at the video store. Where did you find a video store? Oh, I'm back home. Was I in a video store? Got to check receipts, man. That unbelievable. It's great. What is yours about?
I mean, it's a distortion in space-time. So as we talked about before with general theory of relativity, the closer you get to the speed of light, the more time distorts because it has to maintain that constant of the speed of light, even within those observing it traveling near the speed of light, right? And so it has to slow down time in order for the speed of light to be the same. Same thing's happening.
That's when you go plaid.
Yes, right, yeah. They've gone plaid. So with gravity, does the same thing. Supergravity does it to the point that when you reach the event horizon, time slows down to the point of halting altogether, much like the approaching of the speed of light, because it has to maintain that speed, and the force of gravity causes things to slow down, and you can't slow down light, and so therefore to keep light going that fast, it has to slow down time instead of light. And so it is another thing that disrupts time to the point of halting as you get close to the speed of light and or to a black hole.
You know, they use a lot of this in the Disneyland parks. Forced perspective, space-time distortion.
Relativity.
They're pretty good.
This led to some theories of time travel. Einstein himself even thought of, he predicted a theoretical time machine by bringing a wormhole, one of the openings of a wormhole, to the point of a black hole's event horizon, close enough to cause this effect, but far enough away that things can still escape. And placing the other opening of that same wormhole some other point in the universe. Anywhere. Your closet. Doesn't matter. So, wanted to travel from the wormhole point, where time is stopped in that one place, to the other one. You're in the future, but you can go back into the past, wander around. You can leave the wormhole, and so you're in the past, and then come back to that wormhole, travel into the future, and go back to the past. It's a two-way street.
That's great. One of the things that just struck me as odd is here's just a theoretical idea that is just numbers and possibilities, but now someone decides to no, I can tangibly explain it. No, if you got to put it so it has enough momentum to escape the black hole, but it's far enough from everything. It's close enough that it's still affected. But then the other one you could put in your closet, or like in like the girls' locker room, or somewhere cool. No, that would just be a secret tunnel. Or in the library, in the man. That way, that would be Clue. I don't know. It just sounds so. It's a great thought, John. It's a great thought to sit around and look at the stars, smoking a joint, like, hey man, You know what? I feel like it's you fucking stoners that do this kind of shit. You're the people who ruined my college parties. We're trying to party over here. You guys are fucking waxing philosophic on the hood of a truck. Hey, man, what if there is no is, you know? Yeah, I get you, bro.
This is a very limited time machine. One would have to be just in the point where it started near the black hole. So just that time. The other one would have to just keep on moving forward. You can't choose times. It's not like the DeLorean.
Well, not yet, John. We don't have we don't have enough gigawatts. We have no one made the flux capacitor yet.
No one hit their head on the toilet.
Once we find enough plutonium, John.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Stand back. You're going to see some fireworks.
Well, Einstein thought this through and immediately said as soon as this time machine were activated, it would blow up in a cataclysmic explosion of light, traveling back and forth along the two openings and exponentially multiplying on the black hole's end to the point of an instantaneous eruption of devastation.
He's only saying that because once he realized it's kind of possible, he's like, he was concerned that his wife was going to go back in time. Oh, I wasn't at a conference. Oh, no. She's going to find out. Oh, no.
Well, I mean, light, it comes back. The light's already there because it's the same time. And then both of them travel out and both of them come back and there are two lights that are there because it's the same time, blah, blah, blah. But even so, sci-fi nerds have ran with this first part of Einstein's posturing, and so many things have come from it.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you love a light, let it go. If it comes back to you, it was meant to be. If it doesn't, that's a wormhole that you can travel to the future to at some point. I'm not saying perfectly. I'm saying it's going to constantly travel forward. I mean, it's not an exact science, but we're going to get there, and that's light love, baby. Of light.
Spaghettification.
Oh. That's a spicy meatball. I took that one from you, John. I knew you were waiting for that one. So, spaghettification.
This is the effect. This is an actual scientific term which describes the horrifying demise of all things as they enter the event horizon and travel to that point of the singularity.
Again, now it's just like, which is worse, science or religion? Oh, well, yeah, you could go to that point of the singularity where you're spaghettified and it's these horrible tragedies, and you will know, the likes of which no human can ever comprehend. We don't believe in religion. That's not proved by the numbers. And religion says we don't believe the science, or we don't. That's just it's faith. But if you don't behave, you're going to go to hell and have eternal damnation and writhe in a pit of lava and flames for 1,000,000 years before you're resurrected to eat your own flaming eyeballs from a stew gutter full of shit. John, both are fucked based on fear. One is for people who have calculators. The other are people who have fucking gullibility issues. I don't know, John. I was going to go along. Yeah, I don't know, John.
Let's simplify this one a little bit. A little example. Let's take you, my boy Pete, as the example. Okay, let's say that you
better fucking
enter feet first into the event horizon.
Head first. You know I'd go head first, baby. I go fucking bore out. You know me. I'm sliding in head first.
Well, then you go. Well, it looked like you were going hands first if you were doing that.
Well, yeah. I'm sliding into third, head
okay,
first.
So
I'm Pete Rose in it, baby.
You're Supermaning it. You're fist firsting.
Get on with your story, John. Pick a goddamn body part and tell me exactly what would happen in gruesome fucking descriptives.
Well, in this scenario, let's say, my boy Pete, you are an immortal god, and you can withstand anything while still living through it.
Fair enough. I like these. Again, we're going to theorize. We have the numbers, Pete. We know you are a god, not the god, but a god. So I'm going to buy into this one. We have the numbers. Facts don't lie. So there you are. You can stand anything. Giddy up. Make good money. You're witty, good conversationalist. Parents enjoy you. Children and dogs think you're a delight. Yeah. Let's put you in a black hole. All right, let's see what happens.
Well, considering that the effects of gravity become exponentially stronger every instance you become closer to the singularity. Think of the trampoline, right? Are you saying fist first? Let's switch it. Your fingertips would feel a gravity that is so much exponentially stronger than your toes that they would begin to stretch away from the rest of your body, being pulled into long, thin strands of spaghettified My Boy Pete fingertips, and would zoom to the singularity at an exponentially greater speed than the rest of your body, with your hands quickly following suit, and so on.
Yeah, right. So what you're saying is you're proving my point. So you're describing the Inquisition. So it's a very religious-based thing. We're going to put you on the rack and spaghettify you. Go on, John. Tell me more in great detail.
And then your head will be plunged into boiling lava.
On down the My Boy Pete body until eventually the bottoms of the hairs and the bottoms of your toes would spaghettify to follow the doomed path of those first fingernails. And since
I see you wrote this and you tried to make it and switch the hair on the bottom of my toes. Like you have hairy bottom toes. What the fuck is your problem? You need to go to a doctor. You've been spaghettified, my friend.
All right. Well, since your whole body is under such immense amount of gravity distortion effects, it will not split apart, but would all spaghettify into solid, hair-thin, thick strands, all flying down in these threads towards the final destination as a part of that singularity there in the middle of the void of destruction.
But the one thing you have to watch now, if you're really that thin, you're going to cook so quickly. You want to be al dente when you're served, and you got to remember you continue to cook when you're off the heat. So remember that, kids.
Cool water.
Oh no, not for pasta, John. That'll make it get tough. You blanch your vegetables after you cook them. You're not an animal. I wasn't raised in a barn. I lost my no, never mind. Heart in San Francisco.
All right, moving on. How do we know black holes are real? Because we do. Albert Einstein first predicted the existence of black holes in 1916 with general theory of relativity, but the term black hole was only coined many years later in 1967 by American astronomer John Wheeler, after decades of black holes being known only as theoretical objects, just like you said. How do we know? Well, the first black hole ever discovered was Cygnus X1, which was located within the Milky Way in the constellation Cygnus, the Swan.
Mm-hmm. Show me your black hole! I'm trying to give a lecture. Show me your black hole! I want to see that singularity! That's the problem. You go to these lectures, and it's so fucking rowdy, John. I can barely get through one theory before people start boozing it up. We had to get security here. It's ridiculous.
They first saw signs of it in 1964, 3 years earlier, when a sounding rocket detected celestial sources of X-rays, according to NASA. Then, 1971, they determined that the X-rays were coming from a bright star orbiting a strange dark object. It was suggested that the detected X-rays were a result of stellar material being stripped away from the bright star and gobbled up by the dark object, the all-consuming black hole.
The all-consuming, all-knowing. Yeah.
All right. bit of a just a lull. Like, okay, we detected them, we've detected others, da 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 da. Haven't seen them, detected them, are able to see how life is shifting and like being eaten before it gets to us. So we know that's a pretty much a black hole. It should be pretty much.
Yeah. This is how the sausage is made. Right.
2019, the Event Horizon Telescope collaboration released the first image ever recorded of a black hole. We now have a picture. And for everyone on YouTube watching us, you're going to see that first picture.
Oh, look at this. Look at our AV guy, fucking John L. Peacock. AV extraordinaire. This motherfucker here. Guys, let's start doing a slow clap. Like, let's start real slow because nothing's coming up yet. Oh,
It's loading. It's loading.
Oh, folks. And if you're in the stereo streets, click that link above our heads. That's our live YouTube page where you can see bullshit, John. You took that from your phone on your fucking TV watching The Ring. That's a blurry ass photo of the fucking. There's a girl crawling out of a well in the picture. This is bullshit, folks. It's another scare video. Is that the resolution, or is that what a black hole looks like? That's a donut.
It's the resolution.
It's a donut.
Well, right. They call it the donut. Right. It's the black hole at the center of the galaxy M87.
No.
All right. Here's a much better one.
Okay.
In 2021, they revealed a new view of the giant black hole. This is a new view of the same one. Let me get to it.
You better
And here it is.
You know we can see all your pictures when you do that, right?
Yeah. Check that guy out.
That's a cruller. Still a donut, but they're getting more fancy. We're not one of those bougie bakeries. Like they're like the $5 donuts. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, but it glows. And it's a cruller. All right, fair enough.
And Sagittarius A star, we in 2022 finally got a picture of that one. And I know it's not the great resolution. It's actually kind of the worst, but for some reason, that's the one they gave us. There we go. That's ours, super massive black hole. That is the one that holds the Milky Way together.
Huh. Okay. All right. If you believe that, I have a real small black hole the size of a paperclip that I can sell you for $1.
Right. Exactly.
Hey, John, are black holes blurry by nature?
We are just getting the technology to be able to detect them. Not detect them. We've detected them since, whatever I said before. You heard it.
Right.
68, I think. I'm not going back. There's no going back.
No.
We're past the event horizon.
No, I know.
No, but to actually take a picture of it, it's just now. 2019 was the first time we were able to actually take the picture. So
are you saying is the answer that it's like the first time you look at pictures from like the 50s and 60s, and yeah, you could do it. The math was there, but we didn't have the technology to take the pictures with the light sources and the things coming in. So
things were all blurry.
Right. Right now we're fucking with Kodak. We're shaking it like a salt shaker. But later on, when we get like the new iPhone, then we'll take super good pictures. We can do selfies. We can put like backgrounds in the black hole. Look, black hole on vacation. Black hole in Switzerland. In the fjords, John. I don't know.
See, that's why you're around, is to, explain it simply like that. Because yes, it is like that. With our image technology, it is still in the nascent state. But that same technology is helping us to discover so many things. And since 2015...
No, I mean, it's the same way. Actually, Lolly mentioned it, that that's how we know that the little ones died out, the big ones are somewhere far away, or they're related to Bigfoot, because Bigfoot is also blurred by nature. So it's like, I don't know. There was a good correlation there. Good one.
So with these
Swing
new
and miss.
discoveries, being able to physically observe the before. Oh, you want to do a shot? Well, why didn't you tell me? Hold
Oh.
on, I got nothing. Hold on.
No, you keep going, John. I was just drinking to get through your show. I don't need you to go longer.
Oh, okay.
I'll pour a shot, another one. Keep going.
Being able to physically observe the before thought unobservable objects. Even more discoveries have been made in exponential rates over the past few years, months, even days. One recently released discovery is that there are roughly 40 quintillion black holes in our universe, which is 4 times 10 to the 19th power, and is much more than originally thought.
Google that. That's a bazillion Google is that's a big old number. So everywhere you go, just so you know, you step on a black hole. They're making a remake with the AI likeness of Bruce Willis, and they're getting another little kid because the other one grew up and got a little creepy. But he sees little kid sees black holes everywhere, and it's a whole thing. It's like little Einstein, and at the end, spoiler alert, Bruce Willis is a black hole.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But Bruce Willis, the person, actually made $1 quintillion with that deal, so he's doing good. The discovery of how to detect Einstein's now known gravitational waves in 2015, we've not only found many black holes, both in our galaxy and outside of it, but have even detected 100 to 600 black hole mergers that we'll be able to see because they're coming very soon. And we've already seen a couple. One of that
big mergers.
Oh yeah.
It's like when Disney and AT&T, fucking Time Warner and Paramount, that kind of shit, Max and HBO, that one fucked me up. We see more coming down the road, huh? All right. Well, everyone hold on to your butts.
One that we're now looking at and was released so recently because that it has connections to Oppenheimer and Barbie's release. They've dubbed it Scary Barbie.
This world. These people and their naming conventions. God damn it. Either you're going too hard to the left and XJ4-1 -star, or it's like Scary Barbie. Like fucking, you're both just caricatures of people in middle school. You're either the fucking bully or the nerd. Why can't you be a human being and think of it? God damn it, John.
With this observation, astronomers realized that they were seeing a black hole rip a star to shreds. Quote, "We think a very supermassive black hole pulled in a star and ripped it apart. The forces around a black hole, called tidal disruption, pull other objects apart in a process called spaghettification. We think that's what's happened, but on extreme timescales. The most massive of black holes ripping apart a massive star, the duration unlike we've ever seen before, and it produced the most luminous transient. Yeah, transient. TRANSIENT. Luminous transient in the universe."
Okay. You got any spare change? Hey, buddy, I'm just looking for some light.
So most of these transient objects were quickly fading out. Scary Barbie has demonstrated unusual staying power. It's been going strong for more than 2 years, while others faded out in the course of weeks or months. It is just ripping into this solar system and everything around it.
We've got to go back in time. Stop her voice. She got too powerful early on. That's what we have to do. We have to stop the Barbenheimer franchise from going public, because then they couldn't name it this. Yeah, but it'll still exist and we'll still all die. Yes, but it won't be named as stupid. Perfect. I'm with you.
Well, I also think that the unspooling of the prey star likely happened on a much shorter timescale. It appeared to have played out more slowly from our perspective because light got stretched out on its way from there to here. And so when we try to watch it, the cosmic home movies like this one, it plays out really quick, but this one's happening so fast that it must have been like a couple minutes. And this is happening for several years on our scale.
And tonight on the Cosmos' funniest home videos, we'll see the spaghettiification of a star. Oh no!
All right. Recent research has demonstrated that supermassive black hole at the center of a galaxy can significantly influence the chemical composition of the host galaxy. So that adds a crucial element to our understanding of galactic evolution. Why we have the substances we have has come from Sagittarius A star.
A great point. Mona just pointed out the video for Black Hole Sun has the melted Barbie. I'm thinking that's a message. Anyone? We weren't listening. Could have seen it coming.
Yeah.
Like goddamn Notre Dame they were. Fucking A, Temple of the Dog.
Finally, back to Hawking's radiation. This has to be the scariest revelation about black holes, and for decades, people have tried to rationalize it, alter it, or even discredit it.
You hear me, kids? And if you don't go to bed and keep the lights out, the black hole under your bed is going to come out and spaghettify you. I got Hawking's radiation in the closet. I'm not afraid to fucking use it.
Terrifying children across the land. Scientists grew up in terror.
Oh, it's much, much worse than spaghettification.
Oh yeah, no.
And the most
depends on what you're into, John.
That's true. Yeah, I shouldn't judge. The most they've been able to even possibly do is alter it slightly, and the alterations move us more into the scary realm than away from it. Hawking's radiation is the small snip of cosmic radiation that is somehow slowly escaping the poles of each black hole. The bigger each black hole is, this radiation, the slower this radiation escapes. But it escapes all the same, no matter how supermassive the black hole is. It's getting out.
Okay.
When it seems nothing can escape a black hole, this little bit, hot even, thus with the slightest amount of light attached, blips out and blips out, in essence is causing the slow demise of each and every black hole.
Okay. That's a good thing though, right?
Further scaring scientists is that it seems to not contain information of what is inside the black hole, causing a disruption of information that may be the utter demise of this universe, a slow dissolve into nothingness with no information, no history of anything preserved forever.
Yeah, I'm with it. John, been living off the grid for 10 years, man. This is all AI. I don't even go on this show. I'm in a cabin in the woods somewhere, baby. No records? That's awesome. Always pay cash, black holes. Never leave a paper trail.
Well, and with that being true, it means that everything in the universe will dissolve into nothingness. Everything.
Yeah. No, John, I'm okay with that because when that happens, it's not going to be our problem. It'll be those kids. Which kids? Those fucking kids on my lawn. Those kids. It's their problem, not mine.
Okay. To wrap this up, some have possibly first resolved the paradox of Hawking's radiation, that something is escaping something that should not allow anything to escape, and also that it seems
like the bird mouth of Alcatraz. Or, yeah. It's unescapable, except for the guys who escaped, just like that Hawkins radiation.
It's the escapable force escaping an unescapable entity.
Nailed it.
But also solving the whole thing where it seems that there's no information in that radiation.
Okay.
These same people have been also questioning that weird thing where Einstein's general theory of relativity breaks down when things get small enough.
Okay.
And these same people have begun to theorize that gravity may be a bit more complicated than simply a disruption of space-time caused by the greatness of a mass.
I'm guessing those same people are also ones you don't want to get cornered with at a dinner party. Ah, shit. I'm with the fucking infinite breakdown people of fucking theory of relativity. How'd I get seated at this fucking table? Jesus. Well, we got to get drunk, tune out for the next 2 hours. This is going to be a fun one.
And maybe, just maybe, we will talk about what those people have begun to theorize as ways to combat all that came before in the world of gravity and of physics in general. Another time in Gravity Part 4.
Jesus Christ, please, if you do this on our fucking inaugural show next week, I swear to God, John, you better get your shit together and not do a gravity episode next week. Do not do it. I'm not saying we're not learning. I'm not saying it's a fucking bad thing. I'm just saying I will spaghettify you if you fuck with me on this. I'm like Hawkins radiation. You're going to lock your doors up tight. You're going to fucking put the security system on. I'm going to slip in through the cracks, suffocate you in your sleep, John. That will happen. But good show. Good research, bud. Good job.
We're not done with the show, man. We got these messages and we got to move on.
Oh, I know. Woo.
Woo! Let's go, John.
Hey.
As soon as y'all started talking about the fucking black hole and shit, I'm in. You know, I always said at the beginning of the universe is an asshole. Yep. I don't know why. It just feels right. You know what I'm saying? And then it was all making sense when I did like the 2 + 2, you know, like 2 + 2 = 4.
Yep.
And then all this math came to me. And then I had to pick up poop because this dog pooped in its kennel. And I was like, oh, yay. Damn fucking tastic. At least I'm listening to John and Pete get fucked. And I'm just so here for it. Let's go, Silver Driver.
All right. You think you can start the Jack in the Box on the way home? Man, is KFC open? Woo! The worst thing ever. One of the worst things I feel bad about. I don't feel bad about a lot of things in life, John. But I kind of feel bad. I dated this girl for a while who didn't drink. Like she would have maybe a glass of wine once a week, but she would like, yeah, I'll go out, and we'd always end up at the bar. It was like when we'd always like whatever we're doing, stop at the bar on the way home because that's where everyone hung out. And okay, you want to go? No, babe, they're playing. Let's karaoke, you know, just get wrecked. And like, hey, is it okay if we take so-and-so home? Hey, so-and-so's, they're coming home with us. Hey, can we go to fucking Taco Bell? Just a monster. Like 2 a.m. Like, can we go? I have work. I know, I do too. Hold on another hour. Just a monster. Like, never, like, we didn't break up because of that, but I feel bad knowingly, like looking back, like Jesus Christ, man, that's horrible. But it was safe, John. I'm an adult. That was very safe.
Hello, everybody. I just hijacked Desert Fox's phone. The Mind Fox. Oh, what the hell did I do? I don't know. I just hijacked the Desert Fox's phone.
Get it.
Oh my God, there it goes again. I don't know. Whatever. Fuck it.
Yo.
Odie says hello.
What is happening, everybody? Good to see you, Foxes. Good to see everybody out there. Folks, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We're here. We're going to, I have to give it, usually Thursdays. Starting next week, we start our season 2, which strangely enough is starting year 3. Don't ask me. I don't do numbers well. The math is there, but I don't understand it. I'm just saying, theoretically, it's season 2. We're going to be on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's 4 a.m. Greenwich Sandwich time if you're across the pond. Every Tuesday. That's going to be our one show a week. So you can follow us. Our handle is @2sidedpod, all lowercase, all one word. All the platforms, Patreon, Instagram, fans only, farmers only, fans with farmers, farmers with fans of other farmers. I don't know what you're into, but we're there. We're there for you. Nope, just had a brain glitch, John. Let's raise our glasses, lower expectations, get on with the show, bud. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bink, bink, bink.
Look out.
Ooh.
That's definitely leading us into our next lightning round.
Yeah. Woo! Perfect, motherfucker. What now? Woo!
How you doing, man?
Going on, lightning guy.
I was chilling, John. How was the first time? Were you guys talking about some fun stuff, or what'd you talk about?
Black holes, baby. Black holes.
Oh shit! All right, well, I'm gonna use this as my one get out of jail free card and leave now because I don't want to get sucked into an infinite abyss. And I know an event horizon when I see one. You guys have a good one. Bye.
See you, man. She could take me with you.
I think he'd like to go wormhole out. He was out in the flash.
Shit to do, man. Man about town. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Is he mad at me?
I think on some level, the entire world is mad at you, John. So you're not paranoid. People hate me. Yeah, they probably do. I'm not good enough. You're probably not. That little voice in my head that keeps me up at night, probably right.
Well, this lightning round segment is one of your favorites and mine. That's right. It's Negative Nelly. Negative Nelly.
John, tell the folks and listeners at home what Negative Nelly is in case they don't know.
Well, that's what I tell Negative, my boy Pete. Yeah, some positive things, and Negative, my boy Pete just is a Negative Nelly. Just a little downer in one comment only. Remember, not going on forever.
I think I know my job, John. You stay in your lane. I'll fucking stay in mine.
Great.
Perfect.
Great.
Nailed it. Ready.
Ready. Negative, my boy
ready.
Pete.
I guess if everything else seems to be going the way it is, I guess I have to be.
As you were just talking about Negative, my boy Pete, we are here at the end of our first season.
Oh, that's it?
Isn't that great?
Oh, there we go. I thought you were just. Yeah, no, it's great. It's great, John. I just didn't know you were done. One of the things that, we're at the end of our first season, but you don't understand how to communicate still. Jesus Christ.
Okay, fine. Then you'll finally have your Thursday evenings free. Negative, my boy Pete.
Oh, that's it. That's great. That's great. More time to sit at home in the dark, wondering where it all went wrong.
Now, like we discussed, we'll both be able to focus our energies moving this silly podcast forward. Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah, with all the things happening in the world today, probably going to be nuclear war. I'm not going to even worry about podcasts anymore. We're really lucky to have all the go bags that no one has claimed at twosidedpod@gmail.com, because we're going to be living off those motherfuckers.
Okay. I mean, my boy Pete, aren't you excited about the future of us?
Don't get twisted, son. There is no us. There is only the singularity.
I need a drink or a shot of morphine or something.
Hey, it's your fucking game, John. I'm just a fucking actor. Don't hate the player, hate the game, John.
I shouldn't have gone personal with it. I realize I just shouldn't have gone personal with it. Holy crap.
Yeah. We all learn from our mistakes, don't we, John?
Okay.
Some of us have been to the edge of the cliff. Some of us have gone past the event horizon. All of us regret what we have seen.
Random things. Stupid random things that mean nothing to no one. From now on, I knew before. I thought this would
That's
be
the goddamn... Yeah, no, that's the story of our fucking show. You get to, you get me, you pull my personal string. You say, let's use you as example, my boy Pete. Oh, you want to bring my name into this, John? Fucking get my name out of your fucking mouth. Ooh, boy.
I like that part. Hey, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, pal. Bing, bing, bing.
All right.
I want a video, a GIF of you doing a shot holding your headphones, just over and over, like a vine, like burr, 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 burr.
As this is our last live recorded show on Thursday, I'm going to say this, which I haven't said a whole lot, but I still have it on every single one of my scripts. There's more Two-Sided out there. We are currently recording each episode of the Two-Sided Podcast live on the Stereo app every now Tuesday, starting at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, which is also live streamed on our YouTube channel, handled at Two-Sided Pod, TWO, Sided Pod, all one word. We're on Patreon, Instagram, and Twitter, again, at Two-Sided Pod. We also have a Gmail for anyone to suggest a topic or to come on to our Tuesday open chat stereo show, which will still happen after the Two-Sided Podcast in our green room every Tuesday. So you can email twosidedpod@gmail.com. And finally, our podcast has gone viral. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you get your podcasts, follow and rate. And while you're rating us, you might as well give us 5 stars. It doesn't hurt you. It only helps us. And also subscribe and hit that alert on YouTube. We thank you kindly.
Also throw in there, be sure to comment, because when you throw a comment, that fucks up the algorithms. They love it when people type.
It's like puff up, puff up. They hate that.
Oh, they hate that. Oh, they hate that.
All right. Final topic of our final Thursday show. You ready for this, buddy?
Yeah, I'm ready. I see you pouring a shot. I'm too. Are we drinking, or are you asking me if I'm just ready for it? I'm ready for both.
I was gonna pour. You know what? No, time means nothing. Yeah, then is now. Now is then.
Cheers. Big,
cheers, buddy.
big.
Cheers, everybody. You're welcome for listening. Because we're going to talk about the life and works of Stanley Kubrick.
Okay. Fucking great show, great films. Great films. Don't know much about his life.
Yeah, in the research, I was like, oh, that's why a lot of people don't know. So here's a little bit. Stanley Kubrick was born in New York City, in the Bronx, on July 20. I know.
All the good ones.
Bronx or Brooklyn, baby.
Boogie down Bronx, baby.
Yeah, it's Bronx Tale. So July 26th of 1928, and grew up in the Bronx with his father being Jacques Kubrick, who worked as a doctor, and his mother Sadie. It has in parentheses Perveller. I guess that was her maiden name. Perveller. Perveller.
Pervler.
Kubrick was a housewife. He had a younger sister, Barbara. They were a nice New York Jewish family. Um, Kubrick never took to the classroom. In elementary school, his attendance record was evenly split between days absent and days present. This is right on. This is not like senioritis. This is from the beginning. It's like, we're good.
Okay.
In high school, he was a social outcast and a prototypical underachiever. Oh, jeez.
Oh, holy shit. Folks, we are the Two-Sided Pod. We'll be repeating like howitzers all night long.
Underachiever.
Underachiever. You forgot disrespectful, bad attitude, lazy, good for nothing, heavy drinking, ginger piece of shit. No, Dad, what about you?
Where's my chicken pot pie? All right, so he ranked at the bottom of his class, much like Einstein in mathematics, despite his intelligence. Kubrick said, quote, I never learned anything at school, and I never read a book for pleasure until I was 19. Funny enough, at 19 is when he married his first wife, high school girlfriend, Toba Metz.
Okay. Got married at 19.
Yeah. High school sweetheart, right?
All right. We all know how that goes.
Well, Metz, she's a good Jewish girl.
Oh, you come here? Okay. Yeah. No, nope. Too far gone at this point. Nope.
Kubrick's early ambitions were to become either a writer or to play baseball. New York City. Quote, I started out thinking if I couldn't play for the Yankees, I'd be a novelist, he later remembered.
I'm either going to be a bear or an astronaut. Wait, did you say bear? Yeah, or astronaut. So I have something to fall back on.
So he would do anything creative, then rather focus on his academic status. And Kubrick played the drums in his high school's jazz band.
This one time at band camp, Stanley Kubrick did a drum solo. It was crazy.
He also displayed early promise as a photographer for the school paper, and at the age of 16, began selling his photos to Look magazine.
Look at this.
Yeah. And a year later, he was hired for the staff of the magazine.
Photography? Candid photography? He asks knowingly. Nudge, nudge.
So when he was not traveling for Look, he spent most of his evenings at the Museum of Modern Art. This is 17 years old.
Okay. And he's working, traveling, and at the MoMA.
And dropping out of school, essentially, yeah. And in 1950, he shot a short documentary about the run-up to a boxing match, which was released by RKO as Day of the Fight in 1951.
Okay.
That's when he left Look and began auditing classes at Columbia University, became a voracious reader, and turned to full-time filmmaking.
And he was just auditing classes.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't afford it.
Okay.
So he went to it was all, like, hey, I really want to be a filmmaker. Can I just sit in your class? I can't afford to be in Columbia, but like, I'm here, look at my stuff. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. The film that first brought him attention to many critics was Paths of Glory, the first of 3 films about his dehumanizing effects of war.
Okay. I did not know that. Didn't know that was his first.
That was 57. Some other releases from that period include acclaimed Spartacus in 60, Lolita 62, which was based on the novel of Vladimir Nabokov, and Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb in 64.
Yeah, that was the first one I ever saw of his, and it was very weird to see as a kid. It's still a weird movie.
It's weird to see it as adults.
Yeah, it's like fucking hey. All right, Kubrick. Stanley.
So notwithstanding the success of Lolita, Kubrick's big breakthrough came with with Dr. Strangelove, as most people call it, even though the full title is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Stopped Worrying and How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Wow, can't even say that. It's a nihilistic comedy about the Cold War arms race, and it was written by Kubrick, Terry Southern, and Peter George, where the novel Red Alert, it was based from that.
Yeah, no, it's very nihilistic. It's very weird because I had never seen anything like that. Still, it's very hard to point out something like that.
Here's a funny thing, knowing the final product, Kubrick sought to treat the material seriously at first, but he kept finding himself gravitating towards farce and eventually gave in to that impulse while still managing to powerfully convey the horrible prospect of nuclear annihilation. Beautiful performances by George C. Scott, Sterling Hayden, and especially Peter Sellers, who played 3 different roles, and they're all super memorable.
Yeah, unbelievable. He was unbelievable in that.
Yeah. And of course, Slim Pickens. Yeehaw!
Right.
That got him his first Academy Award nomination.
That's awesome. He did a great job. I mean, he was no slouch. It was so memorable. His character was so memorable, but he made such amazing choices with it. But everyone did. It was just a stellar cast. I think that's what really helped boost it as well. Because if you had a bunch of no names with that, like that's an uphill battle, man. Sisyphean task.
Right. He was denied official cooperation from the U.S. Armed Services during the filming of Dr. Strangelove, so Kubrick went on to construct sets from photographs and other public sources to get the inside of the war room and other such things, because they wouldn't let him like go in and see it. Well, I think he wanted to film in it, but they're like no across the board. So he's like, oh well, this has all been leaked. Might as well use this.
Yeah, I can figure this out. All right, just doing what I'm doing. Don't mind me.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Kubrick released his most popular film, 2001: A Space Odyssey, in 1968, after working diligently on the production for a number of years, from co-writing the script with Arthur C. Clarke to working on the special effects to directing. It earned Kubrick 13 Academy Award nominations. He won for special effects.
I wasn't a big fan of the movie. I mean, it was good. I got it, but I was like, I don't know. It was not. I wasn't a huge fan. Did you like it?
Well, I did. But many agreed with you, because while Odyssey was an enormous success overall, the first public screening was an unmitigated disaster. It was just shown the same night that Lyndon Johnson announced he would not seek re-election. Coincidentally, it was rumored that the studio head would lose his job if the film wasn't a hit. So when the audience left theaters in droves, the studio's publicity department said, "Gentlemen, tonight we have lost 2 presidents."
Shit. Man, that sucks. You imagine that being that guy? Oh, come on. It's like having a bad gambling problem. Just make this point spread. Just make the spread. Oh God, please.
So it went on to garner a great deal of media coverage and became a massive hit, and it was still in theaters in 1972, 4 years after its release.
Okay. So it had some lastability there. It sustained itself.
Right before its 50th anniversary release in 2018, old footage surfaced of Kubrick explaining the enigmatic ending. He said that the character of Dr. Bowman is taken in by godlike entities for study, and as such is placed in a human zoo, a bedroom meant to replicate his natural environment. Afterward, he is transformed into the superhuman star child and is sent back to Earth, reflecting, quote, the pattern of a great deal of mythology. That explains everything about it, right?
100%. All the cobwebs been cleared away in my life. Jesus. These pompous assholes are so far up their own assholes.
2 later films of note that I don't really go into detail, but I just want to say Clockwork Orange and Full Metal Jacket. Broad, great, and just like hard.
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that was a.
That was what?
No, that was a rough one. Full Metal Jacket was a rough one.
Yeah. And then there's The Shining.
Yes.
All right. There's so many things to say about this one. From the Stephen King story, who wrote the screenplay that Kubrick never read, and the one to begin his reputation as a madman director, linking him to Alfred Hitchcock. So many rumors, half truths, so many connected to actual stories. It's hard to start. Anything you have with it. I have a couple of things that I just wrote down, but like it's just a cloud. It is a cloud of culture unto itself.
No, I'm surprised you didn't write a fucking full page on this. I have snippets of. I was going to make random Shining jokes all the way through.
I mean, the conspiracy theories of the naming of the rooms. Or was it 318? The boy possibly being the mastermind behind all of it, and that's just like the movie itself. But like behind the scenes, he did not get along with Shelley Duvall. That rumor seems to be true. He perhaps mentally tortured her, or perhaps coaxed the best performance from her for this complicated and underappreciated role. He did not, it seems, actually force his props department to write every single page from the famous all work ... scene. But it seems many of the pages were written on a self-writing typewriter, but some of the more iconic pages, though, were human typed. So half truths ish. He questioned King a lot, even though King majorly objected to this adaptation and quoted him not being interested in the source material as one of his objections. Maybe him not reading the script and actually telling King about that. I mean, He wasn't into horror genre before or after, but he was really into making this a good horror movie. Though some people object to that one.
Yeah, no, it's horror-ish, but it's suspenseful, but it's horror, but it is horror, but it's more suspense. I don't know. The books were more horror. The book was more horror. The book was terrifying.
Oh yeah, this is when King was at the height of his horror writing. Like he has moved away from that a bit since this era.
Right. No, and that's I need to go back and read that again. That was one of his better books, I think.
And the Seasons book, the 4 short stories.
Oh yeah, Desperation.
Schindler's List, the Apt Pupil.
Oh, those ones, yes.
Yeah, Hope Springs Eternal.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of the Desolation, Desperation ones. Also, Green Mile.
Cat Eyes. Is that the Cat Eyes shorts?
Yeah.
Oh, Green Mile, great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're just fading out. Okay. Nicholson's "Here's Johnny" line was improvised by Jack. He was in the throes of method acting at that point. He also helped write one of the film's scenes. The type, because he felt very personally connected to it. And all right, that's enough. It's a good flick. Check it out or watch it again. Like seriously, it's great. It's weird. It's great.
Or don't listen to us.
Yeah, right. Okay, legends about Stanley Kubrick's reputation as one of the most infamously meticulous directors in film history have always been around, especially after The Shining. Like the time he made assistants type out the 100 pages, which wasn't fully true, but everyone talks about it. Or when he flew an actor back to England to re-record the sound of him tapping on a window because he wasn't quite happy with the first time. By his death in 1999, he was widely regarded as a recluse figure, presented in the tabloids as an obsessive madman rather than a genius whose drive for perfection was responsible for some of cinema's more remarkable films.
One day I hope to be remembered as a recluse madman. Goals, dreams, ambitions. I'm well on the way, baby.
He also had a lifelong obsession with chess. It's not necessarily surprising, but not really known. He used to hustle for quarters playing it in the parks of New York City as a teenager, and would have matches against actor George C. Scott on the set of Dr. Strangelove.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's even rumored to pause filming on The Shining for an entire day when a cast member once brought in a board. He's like, "Oh, all right, well, this is what we're doing."
That's awesome. Just find your director's weakness and do that. Like, oh, he brought in a chessboard. Oh, he brought in heroin. Oh man! All right, everybody, take lunch. That's the day. We're gonna take it.
It's like when you know your teacher's going to talk about a certain subject so long that you won't have a normal class, and you somehow just bring it up really early on.
Yeah. Love that.
There are many references to the game throughout his filmography. Black and white checkered floor in Paths of Glory, his first noticeable one, 57. The match of Computer Hal plays with Dr. Frank Poole on the board Discovery in 2001, and a minor character in the film, Smyslov, was named after Russian chess champion.
Russian.
look at this Russian here. In Mother Russia, chessboard rides you.
Married 3 times. Toba Metz lasted from 48 to 51. Ruth Sobotka, 54, 57. And then the following year, he married his third wife, painter Christiane. It's Christian with an E, or yeah, Christian with an E. Harlan, known as Susan Christian. They lasted for 41 years and produced 2 of Kubrick's 3 daughters, Anya and Vivian. His last film was Eyes Wide Shut, a quite strange film that got Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise to finally be in the same movie. Stanley Kubrick died in his sleep after suffering a heart attack at his home in Chitwicksbury Manor, Hertfordshire, England, on March 7, 1999, hours after delivering a print of what would be his last film, Eyes Wide Shut. The film went on.
Yeah, that's a rough movie, John. Like not good. Like not good. Like oof. I did love the mask work though.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I connect them. It went on to earn both commercial and critical acclaim, including Golden Globe and Satellite Award nominations.
Yeah, because it was a heavy hitter, but it wasn't good. Oof.
All right. The sources for this episode have been first segment, space.com, Universe Today magazine, sci-fi.com, Sci-Tech Daily magazine, bigthink.com, NASA, and Live Science magazine. Second segment, biography, Kubrick.life, Britannica, Empire magazine, DaysDigital.com, Mental Floss, Entertainment Weekly, and Rotten Tomatoes.
Good references, John. Good sources. My sources in the first segment are Scientific Century, print copy only. The Sun, digital release, gravity style. The universe.gov, and Eyes Wide Shut. The sources for my second episode were I could watch a lot of movies. Sailor Jerry. First off, I'd like to thank God, whoever she is, make this possible. My producers, where are you? Jim, Karen, thank you so much. I'd like to thank all the little people I stepped on to get here. John, where are you? Doesn't matter. I know you're in the balcony somewhere. I'm not going to use my free seat with you, bud. What else? It's an honor, when we're so privileged to be in these moments, and I feel like it's our not only our opportunity, but it's our duty. Yes, I said duty, to speak these truths. And so this is why I want to take this opportunity to say, I guess they're playing me off. So everyone have a great night. Try the chicken, tip your waiter.
All right, my boy Pete, now that we've dragged you off stage from that horrific speech, is there anything from this final Thursday two-sided episode that you'd like to take a second glance at, a second look, a second thought, a second opinion? This is Pete's Retraction Corner.
John, I have a couple things, bud. Number one, I realize that I can't be subtle with you. I need to just smack you in the face with anything that is happening. So, John, never get personal. Otherwise, I get fucking feisty. I puff up like a blowerfish. People hate that. I fucking hate that. Number two, John, all of the things that I say, I need to say them in a more sing-songy manner so I don't hurt your feelings.
I'm not going to change the tone or the actual messaging, but I need to put a good spin on it, kind of like at Disney. And if you look here to your upper of the screen, you'll see this super ginger fuck, my co-host, John L. Peacock. He's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks? Like that, make it better. So I take back that. What else? No, I think that's it, John. I think that's it. I think I take back nothing else. I retract nothing. I regret nothing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as Pete gets his final shot ready for the episode, we'd like to thank you for everyone listening live, especially for those Thursdays. And this is not the end, but the beginning. This is a death before birth. This is when we move to Tuesdays, which is so much better, so much smoother, so much more two-sided, if you will. Pete, get your shot ready.
Already have it here. Folks listening live on Stereo Streets, cheers to you. Everybody on the YouTube's live. We got Uncle Leo Comedy. We got Mona Lisa. We got Faith. Oh, what up, Frequency Faith? We got all the fans here. So, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. Stick around live right here. We're going to stick around in this room. Do not go anywhere for the after show wind down in the green room. Ain't that right, John? Or we're going to play all the messages. Ain't that right, John? Bing, bing, bing.
Cheers.
Ain't that right, John?
I got a script. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show live. Oh, wow. This is outdated already. We have our open chat show. I'm going to say it anyway. Hey, one last time. Thanks for listening, everybody. We have our open chat show live on stereo every Tuesday at our usual start time. So if you want to join us.
That's why I was doing it.
I want to throw some topics out there. I'm still doing it. Email twosidedpod@gmail.com. That's TWO-sidedpod@gmail.com. And for those listening live on the stereo app, stick around in this room for continued chat in the green room right now for our after show wind down. That's a wrap for tonight. I'm John L. Peacock out in Brooklyn, New York.
I'm my boy Pete, unable to teach this old ginger new tricks in Southern California.
And this was our show. You can eavesdrop wherever you get your podcasts and even join us live, both on our YouTube channel handled at 2sidedpod, all one word, and on the stereo app every now Tuesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, as we talk about the two sides of life, the serious and the fun, here on Two-Sided. I love you, Pete.
Love you too, John. At least for now. Jesus.